Hi, I'm Sean.
I'm Rhonda.
What do you do if you don't like the habits that your spouse has?
Problems around routines could look like maybe there's not one, maybe we don't like the one that exists, maybe we have separate routines, maybe we don't have a we routine.
Not connecting over the way we do things on a daily basis can be a real problem.
There's likely two sides that are going on in your marriage. Someone who prefers to do things on a whim, randomly, without a schedule. They see it as refreshing and freedom, while the other likes what's predictable and orderly.
So, what is a routine? It's a sequence of actions regularly followed, performed as part of a regular procedure, not just a special occasion.
The root word is route. It's a pathway of doing things, and it implies consistency, repetition, and schedule.
You could say it's like a religion. It helps a person stay consistent with things that are important to maintain, but it can also have empty actions.
So why do we need routines? We use routines to be more efficient and include necessities that could easily get squashed out of the busyness of life.
We have maintenance regimens. We've got a routine maintenance for our car. We routinely bathe or brush our teeth.
It ensures that important things aren't overlooked.
And it keeps us from getting behind and becoming a problem due to a backlog or lack of attention.
It ensures that things are done regularly. It's taking care of something on a consistent basis.
And it helps us create joint expectations so that we're on the same page about things.
It can reduce conflicts because we've already talked ahead of time about what we both want it to look like.
It helps us plan we time, family time, together time that can be spent on who does what rather than just assuming.
It safeguards growth when we include routines around growing spiritually, mentally, emotionally as a family.
So why do we need a balance with routines? It's better to have a balance than to be on either extreme.
So routines going to the extreme could make us feel controlled by it.
It can sap the energy out of life.
There could be a loss of freedom. It feels rigid. We feel stuck.
And it can become mundane, and we need to change it up occasionally. Sometimes that's why we go on vacations. We want to have time to get away from our routines.
But what if we have a lack of routine on the other extreme?
Then our maintenance suffers, things don't get done consistently.
We neglect the important things at the expense of the urgent.
There can be a lack of growth or progress.
We don't know what to expect, so we can't work on the same page. We don't feel like a team, but we feel more like a bunch of individuals working independently of each other.
We can be pulling in different directions. We can be disorganized.
And so we can be predictably unpredictable.
Or routinely without routine.
So how do we talk about our routines?
It's all about planning ahead. So you want to set aside time to evaluate.
So what did your past look like around having or not having routines?
This is going to impact how you feel about it. So you want to talk about what routines mean to you and why.
So we want a married and family mindset instead of a single mindset when it comes to doing these day in and day out things.
You want to lay out what is his and her ideas.
We want to appreciate what both bring to the table and not exclude either spouse.
And we want to include any children in the picture and develop a together plan.
So when we think about it, who do we want to develop routines for? And what types of things fit into routines for our family? What do we set routines around?
You can have morning routines, after school, after work, or evening routines.
Weekend routines, things to include might be date night, church attendance, giving, exercise.
You want to set aside time to include time with each family member, time for fun.
Time for chores, preparing for sleep, and also time to not have a routine.
So you want to take some time to talk about what routines mean to you, and we encourage you to come up with a routine together that fits your family.